All right, what is up, everybody? Happy Monday. Glad you could join me here, hang out, discuss some crypto. Stressful day, right? Trying to recover. Markets not looking strong. We're moving in the right direction. Just, I don't think it's nearly as healthy of a bounce as any of us would have liked, unfortunately. Hey, we got another follower. We're up to 30. I think I'm gaining one follower a day, so that's moving in the right direction too. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not a lot on Twitter here. Nothing too interesting that I found today. Of course, my eyes have been glued to the charts most of the day here. Old Nick Merton at Data Dash had a great little video here discussing leverage and how terrible it is to be doing 100x margin trading. He really breaks it down for you, shows you just how you could have your ass handed to you by doing that. So, good video to watch if that's something you're ever considering doing. It'll definitely deter you from doing that. Alright, let's jump in here. CoinGecko sitting at 2.1 trillion on the market cap, up 1%. So, again, moving in the right direction. Bitcoin dominance beginning to fall back down to 49.7. ETH moving up at 12.1. Look at the gas prices, though. Wow. My goodness, developers. Got to get that one under control. That is insane. But the fact that we got Bitcoin dominance moving down now as Bitcoin's moving up, still a good sign for the alts. And, as you'll see here, some of the alts have just really rebounded much nicer than Bitcoin has. So let's take a look. Bitcoin down 0.1% on the day here, but considering, look over here. Look how far we fell. Considering that, being down 0.1% on the day, that's pretty impressive. Ethereum down 0.7% on the day. Look at Binance. It's up 7.7%. Oh, crap. You know what I didn't do? I did not update the crawl. Ignore the crawl at the bottom of the screen. It is not up to date, not current. That is my fault. Got too excited to jump on here and talk to you. Getting some breaking news right now about regulation. Stand by. What's this about? Got old Charles Hoskinson going live. He's the head of Cardano, talking about regulators entering the crypto space. We'll dig into that here after I get done streaming, and if it's anything that we feel like needs to be discussed, we can jump back on. Alright, Binance up 7.7%, XRP up 1.5%. Look at Dogecoin, number 5 on the damn market cap, up 15.4% on the day. Almost completely unscathed by our recent pullback. Cardano down 2.7%, Polkadot down 4.7%. Polkadot really got hammered today. Litecoin down 1.4%, and BSC, Bitcoin Cash, down 0.1%. What do we got for the news? Let's see. Latest Bitcoin crash shows buy the dip mentality among big investors, NYDIG says. That's right, NYDIG bought the dip. NYDIG has been a net purchaser of Bitcoin over the past 24 to 48 hours, perhaps a sign that institutions are buying the dip. Showed this chart the night that the crash happened, or I guess it was the day that the crash happened. Now that we've got a little bit of consolidation afterwards here, you can see NYDIG, this is where they bought, this was where they put their capital to work. As the knife fell, they caught it. Institutions leading the way here. Our desk has been a net purchaser over the past 24 to 48 hours, says Greg Cipolaro, global head of research at NYDIG. A Bitcoin-focused investment manager wrote Monday in an email to subscribers. Cipolaro, that's what we'll call him here, published the comments after Bitcoin tumbled from a record high above 64,000 last week as low as 51,000 early Sunday morning. The largest cryptocurrency was changing hands around 55,000 as of 4:37 Coordinated Universal Time. Bitcoin prices are still up 89% this year amid speculations that big investors are using the largest cryptocurrency as a hedge against inflation, in wake of trillions of dollars of coronavirus-related economic stimulus over the past year by governments and central banks around the world. Institutional investors have had a buy-the-dip mentality during these risk-off events, suggesting increasing ease with handling Bitcoin's volatility. We believe the root cause of the sell-off had to do with investor positioning rather than fundamental news. Simply put, traders were over-leveraged and positioned long, resulting in forced liquidations. Yep, we talked about that. Cipolaro also noted significant BTC spot price discounts on Binance compared to Coinbase. The difference in spot, which usually is very tight, reached nearly 3% at one point. To us, these data points are indicative of selling pressure in Asia rather than North America. Yeah, we talked about that too, how for the past week, the Asian market had just been buying everything and keeping me up all night because I had to sit there and watch prices and make crazy trades at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning while the Asian market just went nuts. And then, of course, with this, since the recent crash, it's almost like the Asian market had just completely disappeared on us. Almost like we just got rug pulled by the Asian market. It's kind of what it feels like. Here's your spot price premium. It's just the same chart over and over again. What are they doing? Alright, so that's it on suits buying the dip. I'm sure here in the coming days we'll definitely hear of more institutions that bought during this recent crazy sell-off. Here's a big one for you. After a Bitcoin crackdown, China now calls it an investment alternative, in quotes, in a significant shift in tone. Li Bo, deputy governor of the People's Bank of China, called Bitcoin an investment alternative. Industry insiders called the comments progressive and said they were significant. In 2017, China cracked down on the cryptocurrency trading and so-called initial coin offerings, ICOs. BOAO, China, whatever that is. China's central bank is now calling Bitcoin an investment alternative, making significant shift in Beijing's tone after a crackdown on cryptocurrency issuance and trading nearly 4 years ago. So yeah, that's what's happening after, 5 years now of China just pumping FUD out left and right, seemingly trying to drive the markets down. Now they want to enter the space. Now they want to see it as an investment alternative or an investment opportunity for them. But think about what that means for the space. Imagine now if you've got the entire country of China that is now embracing cryptocurrencies. That is a huge demographic that's about to enter this market. I was talking to a buddy of mine last night, trying to come up with what the next catalyst would be. Right now that we've had the Coinbase listing, what's the next catalyst? This seems like a pretty big catalyst to me. Having not that the Chinese people aren't already in crypto, right? But having regulation opened up to them and their overlords saying, no, it's okay, now you can go and buy. We're going to get all sorts of new exchanges popping up. It's just going to be billions of people entering the market. That can only mean good things for the price of Bitcoin, I would think. Next up, world's 8th oldest bank to explore launch of digital currency, or CBDCs, the central bank stablecoin is what that is. Or digital currency is what they'll call them. The Bank of England has joined hands with HM Treasury to explore the potential launch of a digital currency. They've been kicking this around. We've been hearing little rumors and stuff lately of other countries really looking into launching their own stable coins, their digital versions of their nasty fiat. So it's good to see that, England's moving in the right direction here, or the Bank of England anyway. Bank of England, UK central bank and world's 8th oldest bank, said it would form a task force to explore the launch of a digital currency. The Bank of England and HM Treasury have today announced the joint creation of a central bank currency task force to coordinate repeating yourselves, new form of money. So yeah, you've got the UK now really taking a hard look. They've even got a task force now to take a real hard look at stable coins and what that could mean for their economy. Again, nothing but good things, right? More mass adoption, more people embracing the idea of digital currencies and cryptos. Next up, SEC causing confusion over digital currencies and legal case with Ripple. Regulators are creating danger for investors in their inconsistent approach to determining how to treat cryptocurrencies, right? Been talking about that for a while too. The Wall Street Journal's editorial board criticized the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission in an editorial causing confusion over its approach to cryptocurrencies. Regulators are creating danger, in quote, for retail investors, as exemplified by the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple over its alleged issuance of the native XRP currency as an unregistered security. The findings in this case have highlighted the inconsistency of the SEC's approach in not treating Bitcoin and Ethereum as securities, for example. this is something we've been talking about keeping our eye on as we move forward here with Gary Gensler as the head of... He just took his seat today, the new chairman of the SEC. And we know that he's not necessarily a crypto advocate, but he knows a lot about crypto, for crying out loud. This is the guy that teaches blockchain classes at MIT. He knows what he's talking about. Which in a way can be scary because anyone that's in crypto knows that there's some gray areas here. And if you get somebody in regulation that knows a little too much about cryptocurrency, he's going to know the areas that need to be targeted in the weak points, which, you know, at the end of the day can only mean good things for cryptocurrencies as a whole, I would think. But it just, you know, it's such a slippery slope with regulation, and we've been burned so many times by suits coming into spaces that we thought were pure and good, and just to have them rug pull us. Next up, the OKX exchange goes live with Bitcoin Lightning Network deposits and withdrawals. The Bitcoin Lightning Network, if you don't know, is the level or the layer 2 solution for Bitcoin, much like Ethereum has its layer 2 solutions to try and reduce congestion on the networks. Bitcoin also has a layer 2 solution called the Lightning Network that's been in development now for a number of years, but it looks like they're finally ready to start rolling this out. Not that Bitcoin reducing congestion on the Bitcoin network can only mean good things, for sure. Cool picture. Look at that photo. The crypto exchange OKX's support for Bitcoin's Lightning Network is now live. The Lightning Network is a second layer that works atop the Bitcoin to facilitate faster and cheaper transactions than Bitcoin's primary network. That'll really be the big thing. I mean, the fees have never really been a problem with Bitcoin, right? Those have always been extremely reasonable. The problem with Bitcoin's always been that it's old and slow. It's the snail of all the cryptos. But it's also the most secure, and, you know, that's the trade-off there. But using the Lightning Network, it sounds like we can actually start sending transactions much, much quicker. And cheaper, for that matter. So, good things. It'll be interesting to see if Binance, you know, goes next, and then what happens with Coinbase. But, you know, with Coinbase, I'm sure they'll scalp fees no matter what. Time Magazine now accepts Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for digital subscriptions. Time Magazine in the news again. Gosh, I think it was just last week they were like paying their employees in crypto, or I don't know. Time Magazine has just really, truly embraced this entire crypto economy. Gotta love it. Good for them. Good coffee. The 98-year-old publication Time Magazine now accepts Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for digital subscription payments. Announcing news on Monday, Time said it has partnered with Crypto.com. Ooh, there you go. That's big news for all you Crow coin holders out there. Time said it has partnered with Crypto.com for the feature, which is currently only available in the US and Canada. Global access is expected to be rolled out in the next several months. Time will accept all cryptocurrencies currently supported by Crypto.com Pay, a Crypto.com spokesperson told the blog. These include Bitcoin, Ether, Dogecoin. There you go. There's your use case, Doge. You can buy Time Magazine subscriptions, Slim Jims, and Maverick gear. XRP, Litecoin, as well as DeFi tokens, Uniswap, Aave, Balancer, and Compound. God, that is huge, man. Absolutely huge. Subscribers who pay with Crypto.com's native token Crow will get rewards of up to 10%. Man, I've been pounding the table on Crow for feels like months now, and we haven't really necessarily seen, you know, the returns that I feel like we should be seeing with the Crow token, but give it time. These guys are players. Crypto.com is not a joke. I know that their name and their token's a little silly, but man, they're going to be a huge player in this space. Time will keep accepting cryptocurrencies from subscribers. Cryptocurrency payments for digital subscriptions will be held as crypto. Okay. The publication has 2.3 million subscribers. So that's potentially 2.3 million people that could be onboarded into crypto, I guess. I don't know. For one who, you know what, I'm just going to bite my tongue. Just going to bite my tongue. This is a good thing. More mass adoption. Nothing but good things. Last up on our headlines, Dogecoin holders target 69 cents with a new social media campaign. Dogecoin ups the ante as its community attempts to pump the prices to $4.20 by June 9th. So, looking around on Reddit, doing my due diligence, trying to figure out what's driving Doge. It would appear that their price target for 420 is 69 cents. I don't know what's real anymore. Guys, this is... I need to drink coffee. Just soak this in. Price target of 69 cents on 420. Doge Day, as it's being called. By the way, Doge is moving up right now. So, funsies, fun fact. Dogecoin is back in the green after a short-lived consolidation period. Speculation amounts around the token ahead of the global event scheduled for April 20th. Speculators target $4.20. The technical suggests Doge could rise to $1. I have to agree. As much as it pains me and kills my soul, the technicals are screaming $1. And I can't bring myself to put any money into it. I've got a little bit of money that we put in there when we first started consolidating around this price range between 35 and 40 cents. I can't remember what our position is. I pretty much lit the money on fire, right? So, but I certainly, as beautiful as the chart look, as beautiful as the technicals look, I cannot bring myself to put any more money into Doge, and I don't know why. If I didn't know anything about Doge, and I was strictly going off the chart and the technicals alone, I would be a buyer. I would be a buyer. Strange times we live in, right? Strange times. Dogecoin. There you go. Hashtag Doge Day 420. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Alright, let's jump into the charts now that we've had this depressing news. What do we got? What do we have on the charts? See where the sticks are going, where they're taking us. How's the stream looking? Here, let's pull the chat up while, see if I got anybody in here with me. All by myself. Alright, come on, charts. Maybe. Stock market was getting hammered today too, huh? That was brutal. All the crypto stocks really sold off today. Alright. Getting sticks pulled out. Buffering. And they're doing so well too. There we go. It is like 1,000,000 degrees in my house right now. I am sweating like a pig. Alright, this is Ethereum because the rest of our watch list isn't loading up. I don't know what in the world's going on right now. Struggling. Did not have this issue yesterday. We were doing good yesterday. Alright, here's our Bitcoin. You can see where we're at and what's going on. It's not pretty. It's not encouraging. But this is what we got to work with and where we're at right now. So you can see, like we talked about yesterday, we have broken down out of our trend. But look at what we're doing. We are beginning to work our way up here. So that's, it looks to me like we're trying to claw our way back. It's not nearly as healthy as we'd like to see, right? What we normally see with these flash crashes is pretty immediately we get a giant green candlestick all the way back up, and we pretty much end up right where we started before the crash, right? So that alone ought to tell you that this crash is different. This one was different. One thing that's really going to hurt us, we covered this in the news, is that we had the hash rate drop 50%, right? So what does that mean? That means that for the next 2 weeks, because Bitcoin's difficulty rate, I'm going to really get into the weeds here on the mining, but the difficulty rate for Bitcoin mining updates every 2 weeks. Since the hash rate dropped almost 50%, the difficulty level remains where it was before the crash, but you're getting less. Now that your Bitcoin's worth less, 20% less to be exact, the difficulty is still high, but you're getting less Bitcoin. Does that make sense? So for the next 2 weeks, we're kind of going to be in this weird area where the miners aren't getting nearly as much reward as they were getting, but they're still having to put forward the same amount of power as they were before, right? The same amount of computation power, right? So we're going to be in kind of this weird area until the difficulty updates in the next couple weeks here. So I think that'll be one of the biggest drivers of this market over the next few weeks. I think it's going to cause just consolidation at these levels, which in turn could be a good thing. You know, people could get bored, people could move on to other markets. We could, you know, just kind of reset where we're at, because let's be real here. We were at all-time highs, and I don't see this as a bad thing. I am more bullish than ever, and we'll get into why here as we take more of a micro look at our charts. Let's jump into the 5-minute here on Bitcoin. Really get into the nitty-gritty here. You know, I tend to not like to get in on these really tight time frames, just because, you know, for one, you really shouldn't be trading on these time frames anyway. If you're in crypto, the shortest time frame you should be trading on is the 4-hour chart for sure. Okay, here's where we are. Bitcoin, we fell. We came down to our trend line, got a good bounce, and you can see we've been grinding our way up all day long. Really, for the past 24 to 48 hours, we've been on a solid little grind up here. You see we've actually come back above our moving average ribbon. We have flipped support here, and now we're actually running up it. So these are all good things. I will not be convinced, however, that the coast is clear until Bitcoin can get up here, at least to where we were before the crash, and begin to start making higher highs, right? Because until we make higher highs here, that'll be a downtrend, right? Until we make higher highs, it's lower highs, and lower highs equal a downtrend. So that's what we're looking for. We're going to remain cautiously bullish. We've gotten our bounce. We are working our way back up, but that does not mean that we couldn't come crashing back down, right? As we work our way up, as we get closer to this previous support line that we had, there's a strong possibility that we're going to bump our head here off this previous support, flip it resistance, and begin grinding our way back up through this channel, right? So that's something to keep an eye on too. Or worst case scenario, we keep working our way along our new trend that we just put in, and we could break down. And if we break down, oh, those price targets are ugly, but we can touch on them here. Let's see. Let's grab a horizontal support line. So if we break down, you can see we put in a double bottom here at these levels right where we're at. And if we break down, we come down to this support and we break through this, well, your next level of support's all the way down here at 42,000. And that's terrifying, and no one wants to think about it, but that could be the direction we're heading, right? So just be wary. The bull market's not over as far as I'm concerned. Not financial advice, just telling you what I'm seeing. We have put in a double bottom. That is generally a reversal pattern. It is a reversal pattern. So hopefully Bitcoin can recover. We can keep the bull market going. But if we break that support and we come down, that's it, guys. That's the end of this bull run. It means we got to take a breather, and we're going to be moving sideways or sideways to down for the next probably 6 months until we get some major new catalyst where it drives people back into the market and we get another run again. That's just how these cycles work. All right, Ethereum. Quick look here. You see Ethereum has come back down, but has now... Actually, look at this. This is interesting. Ethereum currently has worked its way back up previous resistance and flipped its support. Look, here's our price action right here. So that's interesting. That this level could be a key level for Ethereum, right? And Ethereum could be the thing that keeps dragging the altcoins along. We could see Bitcoin move sideways, right? But if Ethereum keeps grinding up and starts to outperform Bitcoin, we could be in for one hell of an alt season. XRP. You see XRP came down. We came all the way down. We got real close to this previous support level here. And now we're back up. There's a strong possibility XRP could work its way through this price channel and consolidate over the next couple weeks as Bitcoin goes through its little thing, right? So that's something to be cognizant of too. For me, my position is actually right here at this current support level. So what I'm watching is if XRP breaks down from this level of support and we begin to keep working down, then I've got to exit my trade. I actually have a stop loss put in right here below this key level. So if we come down and we trigger that, we know that's a good sign that it could be game over. Engine. Trying to work its way back up to previous support, to its previous trend line. That's good to see. Dogecoin. Oh, look at this. Look at Doge. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It's really struggling right here at that 40 cent range though. Look at that. Every time we hit 40 cents, the sellers kick in and we wick down. That's, wow. That is something I would be keeping an eye on. If you're looking to get some gains on Doge and you don't necessarily believe that 69 cents by 420 is a thing, then you might be looking to take your profits right around 39 cents. If you're still in Doge and you're thinking, man, this thing's going to $1, but you're not real sure, take half your profit at 39 cents and leave the other half of it in there, see where it goes. Just my suggestion, not financial advice. Hedera hash graph put in a pretty spectacular double bottom here. I'm calling it a double bottom. I mean, yeah, we did come a little lower by a few cents, but it's still at that 27 cent range. So I'm still very bullish on Hedera. We're still in our price channel as far as I'm concerned. We did wick down below it a few times, but all in all, trying to maintain this price channel that we're in. Now, granted, this is one heck of a price channel. It's almost a 50% price channel here. So, dangerous trade. Don't recommend that for any beginners. Basic attention token really took a beating. Look at that. One of my favorites. During the crash, basic attention broke down, and we have not recovered from this price channel that I was so in love with, unfortunately. So, if you bought the basic attention token because I did, I'm sorry. We're feeling the pain right now. This was a rough one. However, what do I always say about BATS? It is the most used crypto in the entire market. I'm using basic attention token right now with the Brave browser. So, still extremely bullish on BATS. One of my favorite cryptos out there. Definitely felt the pain though from this drop, and obviously has not quite recovered the way that the other altcoins have. VETH though, moving back down into our ribbon here. Expect to see a nice little bounce off of our 50-day ribbon, or a 50-day moving average, and you see we already have gotten it. Look at that. We bounced off of it perfectly. That is beautiful. Good to see. I love when the technicals play out. Don't sleep on VETH though. This is a great coin. That and VeChain too. Decentraland, Mana, look at that. We've moved down into our ribbon. We're moving through the moving averages. We see we did fall below our 50-day here a few times, but trying to recover. Price action looks like it's, we're trying to recover. A lot of these are really going to depend on the movements we see from Ethereum over the next couple hours. BNB, Binance coin. Look at that. I can drink my coffee here, let you soak in the beauty of the Binance coin. Alright, you can see Binance had one of the best recoveries. For one, they didn't really feel the pain from the recent sell-off at all, right? We came down to about 429, and we immediately... when I was talking about the recovery that we wanted to see with Bitcoin, we saw it with Binance. Binance got its huge green candle back, immediately recovered. Not only did it recover from where it was at before the crash, we went above it. Look at that. We went above and beyond where we were right before the crash. And now we come back down a little bit and we began consolidating right here. And you can see our moving average ribbons have really tightened up on us. That shows us strong consolidation. I would not be surprised with in the next couple days, next couple hours, we see Binance go on another rip to the upside. Crazy what they're doing over there, but not unexpected when you know what's going on in this ecosystem. Cardano, really got hammered here. Has not recovered. Is down pretty significantly compared to where we were before the crash. Cardano, our stable coin, not so stable right now. Spark Point continues to bleed out. You can see we just continue to work our way down this downward price channel. Really unfortunate. Although I am seeing quite a bit of news come out from these guys. They're posting a lot on Twitter right now. They got a lot coming up for them. So still extremely bullish on Spark Point. Right now, everything just seems to be getting dragged down by the overall markets. Chainlink. This was a pick that we gave to our buddy Devin yesterday. How is Chainlink doing today? Sitting at 36.63 right now on the link. All you Link Marines out there got to be happy about that. You see, this was our crash right here. Chainlink got the bounce that we saw, almost the exact same bounce we saw with Binance, right? Really came up. See, crashed hard again afterwards, though, but then got a very bullish wick back up. And we're kind of consolidating right now in this range. I would be looking for Chainlink to flip support here at our moving averages and work its way back up through the ribbon and start to follow it an uptrend from there. So, grab our brush. I would expect a little pop up, maybe even work our way back through the ribbon a little bit, and then continue to follow the trend upwards as the moving averages work up as well. So something to keep an eye on there with Chainlink. Great coin, great company. Yeah, can't say enough about Chainlink. Such a great play. All right, getting into some stocks here. We got the Riot blockchain. Brutal, absolutely brutal. And you can see. We saw this, you know, when it broke its trend here. You know, I let you know we broke trend. That's not good. The next step down is definitely going to be this level of resistance. I think we talked about putting a stop loss in right below that key support level, and it looks to me, looking at the 4-hour chart, like you wicked right down to your stop loss. Look at that. Look at that. I think we said put the stop loss at 39 even. Wow. And then immediately got a green candle afterwards. So, you know, I was watching the sector pretty closely today, and it wasn't just Riot. It was Marathon. It was every crypto play out there. Just got absolutely kneecapped today. And we kind of expected it, you know, seeing what happened over the weekend. We knew coming into the market today there was going to be some selling pressure on all the crypto stocks. It's just kind of a backlash against that nasty crash that we saw, right? And it scared people. It scared people in the crypto space, so it certainly scared the old boomers on the crypto market. Now, with that said, it does look like Riot has begun to work its way back up and recover. So, if Riot follows the crypto market, which you got to assume it will, and in this recovery, it could be possible that we see the exact same movement out of Riot that we could see out of Bitcoin, where we begin to trend up and follow our pattern our trend line that we set in place here. Previous support that'll most likely flip resistance, right? So that would be my prediction on Riot. I know that doesn't help you right now if you just got stopped out of it. So, yeah, brutal time on the market. It's almost like the boomer market's trying to send a message to the crypto market, right? Between Coinbase getting absolutely hammered, Marathon, Riot, All of them just getting leveled. Although, look at Coinbase. Look at Coinbase here. Let's do, we'll jump on the 5 minute here with Coinbase. Really just moving sideways. Look at that. Didn't see nearly the sell-off in Coinbase as I would have expected today. So that's interesting, right? If anything, I think Coinbase, hell, might even be positive on the day. That's wild. Look at that. We're starting to put in a nice little floor right here at 328. Nice little level of support. We could go ahead and drop us a little support line in right here. And we've also got ourselves a trend that we can work with. So yeah, look at that. Draw this little trend line out. We could say roughly about like that. Huh. Well, there you go. Something to watch with Coinbase. So as Coinbase works along here, it's possible we can come up to our little trend line here, work our way back down, maybe bounce back up, maybe continue to consolidate until hopefully you see a nice little breakout here. Something to keep an eye on. If I was in the boomer market and I was looking to get my hands on some Coinbase, I would probably set a limit buy right here at what, 329, 328? Anywhere in that range, just to, yeah, there you go. A nice little price target for you, 328 on Coinbase. That I would be a buyer all day long. Very cool. Get me painting all over my charts here. Let's see, is there anything else we want to look at? GameStop, we can take a quick glance. Oh, GameStop looks like it was up big on the day. Look at that. Look at that. We talked about this. What was this? Just the other day when we were looking. Wow. Wow, look at my Twitter. Let's see. Oh, no, we don't need to bring it up. I don't need to gloat. I will say, though, I did post on Friday as we were moving through this ascending wedge here. Keep an eye on GameStop. It's looking like a big breakout was in the future. And look at that. Look at that. Today we opened up at 165. We closed Friday at 153 and we opened up at 165 today. Boys, that's huge gains for your boomer market. Wow. Look at me go. You see, it came all the way up to 174, actually making a higher high than our previous one. So, looks to me like GameStop's in an uptrend. We could, if we were so inclined, come in here. Plop us in trend line, and you could expect GameStop to consolidate right here. Boop, 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 boop. Consolidate right here, approach this trend line, and then maybe possibly we get another little pop up and consolidate. Pop up, consolidate. Pop up and break out. That is what I would expect to see out of GameStop over the next few weeks here. I'm gonna leave those drawings in there. We'll see if it follows our pattern. That'll be interesting to watch. GameStop. All eyes on GameStop again. And you know, another thing that makes me pretty bullish on GameStop right now, this was my thesis last week, is we've got so many gains in Doge right now, so many Wall Street bettors that are sitting in Doge right now with huge gains. That money's got to go somewhere. I would not be surprised to see a lot of that money flood right back into GameStop. Something to think about. Alright, I think that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something. I hope put your mind at ease with this recent collapse now that we know that the institution's about to dip. We know that we are back into an uptrend. Like I said, though, keep an eye on it. We are looking for a higher high and higher lows. If we begin to see lower highs and lower lows, you might want to consider taking some risk off the table, right? Take some of the chips off the table, reduce your risk, and yep, wait for a new entry point. All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll catch you later.